Imagine finally finding peace after a brutal divorce, moving your teenage daughter to a sun-soaked Arizona suburb that promises civilized living. Only for the HOA queen to greenlight your solar panels, then weaponize them to auction off your home like it was her personal foreclosure flip. That's exactly how my life detonated in Desert Bloom Estates, but the way it blew up in Karen Voss's face left the whole neighborhood cheering, while she learned that even desert vipers eventually bite their own tails. I'm Jake Harlan, 52, a union electrician who spent decades tracing shorts and fixing systems others gave up on. After the split, I needed somewhere stable for Lily, my sharp 16-year-old who already had enough chaos. Desert Bloom looked like the postcard: quiet cul-de-sacs, kids racing bikes through mesquite shade, barbecue smoke drifting under those endless blue skies. The 1980s house was a money pit, roof frying us alive every 115-degree summer. Solar was the fix: high-efficiency, low-profile panels that'd slash bills and actually respect the desert instead of fighting it. I researched for months, submitted the full packet: layouts, color-matched frames, contractor creds, the works. HOA had 30 days. Day 29, the approval letter arrived, signed by Karen Voss herself, Architectural Review Chair. Request granted. Installation may proceed per community standards. Those panels went up clean and quiet. My electric bill dropped 60% overnight. For 17 blissful days, Lily and I actually laughed about going green. Then Karen decided paradise needed her personal stamp of control. Karen Voss wasn't just president, she was Desert Bloom's self-crowned empress of harmony. Real estate agent by trade, control freak by calling. Blonde bob cut like a helmet, leather binder like body armor, that frozen smile that said, "I'm doing this for your own good." She ran meetings like they were her personal TED Talk on why rules mattered more than people. My phone rang while I was flipping burgers for Lily. "Mr. Harlan, your solar array is an unacceptable visual disruption. Removal required within 30 days. I laughed at first. "Karen, you signed the approval. It's right here in black and white." "Approvals are preliminary, Mr. Harlan. The full board retains final compliance authority. This is about preserving our desert oasis aesthetic." Click. No debate. Tuesday night, I marched into that community center smelling of stale coffee and crushed hopes. Karen sat behind the folding table like a judge at the Inquisition. "Your panels shatter the visual harmony we all agreed to uphold," she declared, sliding over a $750 fine like it was a parking ticket from hell. Desert Bloom isn't some off-grid commune. I held up her letter. "This says approved. No fine print, no conditions. Standards evolve with the community, Mr. Harlan. Pay by the deadline or face escalation." The room went dead quiet. Neighbors studied the floor tiles. That's when it hit me: Karen wasn't enforcing rules. She was curating victims. The fines snowballed like a haboob. $750 became $1,500, then $3,000. Lien notice arrived next, threatening foreclosure if unpaid. Over panels she'd rubber-stamped. My budget was already razor-thin post-divorce. Lawyers wanted $5,000 up front just to glance at the file. But guys like me don't panic, we troubleshoot. I started cruising the neighborhood after dark with my camera. 43 other homes had solar setups. Some bigger, flashier, installed around the same time as mine. 0 citations. The pattern screamed. Targets were always newer folks, working-class families, single dads like me. Karen's country club crowd got gentle suggestions. My neighbor Rosa, 71 and tough as old leather, called one night. "Jake," she stopped by asking if you seemed financially stable, whether Lily visits regularly, if the house looked maintained. "She's building something." Rosa's voice cracked. "She did the same to me last year over my bougainvillea. I ripped it out. Didn't want the fight." That folder Rosa slipped me the next day changed everything. Emails between Karen and the board. Prioritize enforcement on newer buyers and blue-collar types. They lack resources to push back and create attractive buying opportunities. Buying opportunities? I pulled county records till 3 a.m. Karen's LLC, Desert Holdings, had quietly purchased for distressed homes in 3 years. Each one hit with escalating fines right before the owners folded and sold cheap, 30 to 40% below market. Homes with solar panels, ironically. She ignored violations on her own rentals while crushing everyone else. Selective enforcement based on class, on fit. Straight-up federal fair housing violation, plus the smell of racketeering. I turned the garage into command central. Timelines on every wall, photos connected by string, public records stacked like evidence in a cop show. Arizona legal aid lit up when they saw the boxes. Attorney Lena Vargas took it pro bono. This isn't HOA nonsense, Jake. This is a textbook pattern. We're filing federal. The foreclosure hearing hit like a monsoon. I walked in carrying 3 bankers' boxes. Karen sat ramrod straight beside her slick Columbus attorney, radiating the confidence of someone who'd never lost to a guy with calloused hands. Their opener: willful defiance for 14 months. Foreclosure is the only way to protect neighborhood stability. Lena stood slow like a gunslinger. Your Honor, we're counterfiling a federal fair housing and RICO claim today. She projected my map, green pins for Karen's friends, red for everyone else. 43 identical solar arrays. 0 enforcement on the privileged. 100% on working families. The room sucked in air. Then she read Karen's email aloud. Target the ones without deep pockets first. Karen's face cycled white, red, purple. Judge called recess. When court resumed, his voice had steel. Foreclosure dismissed with prejudice. This matter is referred to the U.S. Attorney's Office for full investigation into discriminatory practices and organized fraud. Karen's world imploded in real time. But cornered animals bite hardest. Private eyes tailed Lily to school. Anonymous CPS calls claimed neglect. My truck got bogus tickets. Someone even smashed my garage window and scattered papers, missed the cloud backups and the duplicates at Lena's office. Each stunt just added obstruction charges. The feds raided her office 2 weeks later. Racketeering, mail fraud, wire fraud, housing discrimination, witness intimidation. Turns out manufacturing distressed sales for personal profit through HOA power is a federal crime with real teeth. The emergency HOA meeting that night felt like Judgment Day in flip-flops. Parking lot overflowed. Channel 5 cameras rolled. Lena slid the $75,000 settlement check across the table. Karen's personal assets and insurance, signed under duress. Karen had resigned in disgrace, license suspended, LLC dissolved, properties clawed back to fair market and returned. I took the mic, boots echoing on the linoleum. We didn't just save one house. We proved HOA doesn't stand for homeowners' oppression authority. Document everything. Build alliances. Refuse to be afraid. The room erupted. Lily hugged me so hard I thought my ribs would crack. Neighbors who'd stayed silent for years started sharing their own stories. New bylaws passed requiring transparency and conflict disclosures. Solar panels started popping up everywhere. The sun doesn't charge rent. 6 months later, Lily's studying pre-law at the kitchen table under the glow of our panels, writing essays about standing up. The neighborhood throws block parties without fear of citation slips. Rosa's bougainvillea is back, brighter than ever. Karen's doing court-ordered community service, somewhere far from any clipboard. In the end, who was really abusing power here, and who truly got the karma they deserved? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who's battling their own HOA Karen right now? Let's make sure the next clipboard tyrant thinks twice before messing with the wrong electrician under the Arizona sun.